Hey everyone, I'm Alicia from A Music Blog, and I'd like to welcome you to our interview with Hugh from the Kooks. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're very glad to have you here today. As we were mentioning before the actual interview, we've been fans for a really, really long time, so we're stoked we can make this happen.
Yeah, this is our third time, right?
Yep.
We've kind of combined.
Absolutely.
It's cool. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, so you're currently touring North America in support of your fourth record release, Listen. Just how are you enjoying your time on the road so far?
It's been really cool, actually. We split the tour into two halves, so we had 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks at home, and then another 3 weeks. And whereas usually those 3 weeks would be put together, the 6 all together, which kind of kills you. So this time it's been nice and short and sweet.
You're also playing a lot of things on the festival circuit, from Atlanta to Portugal. So do you prefer playing the more intimate shows like tonight's in Toronto or those festival sites?
They're both awesome in different ways. Festivals are great. Our music, like some of our older music, is kind of more Summer of Lovey, kind of daytime dance party kind of thing. But I guess the new stuff kind of works quite well in a club. It's quite beat orientated, and so yeah, they're two different things really. I mean, right now I think I'm looking forward to playing a sweaty club.
You're definitely going to have that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they have the AC cranked, but no matter what, I'm sure people will be dancing along to these new funky tunes.
Hopefully so. New funky tunes.
New funky tunes. Well, being that you are touring in support of Listen, which songs off of that record are you enjoying playing the most at the moment?
I like West Side a lot. That's just quite unique for us. It's in its arrangement, sort of instrumentation. It's quite different. I get to play keyboard, which I always like. Also, Forgive and Forget's been going down really well with the crowd. We kind of have extended it, kind of turned it into a bit of a chanty moment, and that's really cool. But yeah, they're all really fun to play, the new ones live. It's been a bit of a kerfuffle trying to get them together, trying to work out who's going to play what, because there's so many more kind of motifs and aspects of and melodies and instruments going on. So that's been a bit tricky when we first started working out, where this sound is going to come from or who's going to do what. But yeah, I think we sort of got there in the end.
Well, something I really like about your Twitter feed is you retweet other bands out there. So recently, I know you did something for the Vaccine's new record, and you also have been giving shout-outs to our boys, Jungle Doctors, who we've been featuring since like day one of the website. So are there any other unsigned or indie artists that you've been really enjoying lately that you could share with our viewers?
Oh my God, unsigned or indie bands at the minute? No, most of them are signed.
Well, how about that? Who have you been listening to that are signed?
Personally, I've been really, really boring actually recently. I haven't really been on the cusp of much. But my iPod at the minute is just basically playing Beirut. Solely Beirut. I'm just going through a massive Beirut phase. And I'm kind of obsessed with their latest album, which kind of came out a while ago, but I'm kind of a latecomer to it. And that's my thing right now.
Nice. Well, being how I mentioned those unsigned artists, a lot of our readers are actually in unsigned or indie bands.
Cool.
And being a band for over 10 years now, is there any advice that you'd like to give your fans who would like to pursue a career in music?
Quit. Just stop right now. Just don't even bother. It's a nightmare. I'd say just... I think the hardest thing at the minute, I was having a chat with a few friends the other day, and we were kind of wondering whether if you wrote like the best song in the world ever, like better than Shake It Off, if that's possible. No, I'm kidding. If you wrote the best song ever and put it up online, on YouTube, and did no promo for it, would it take off? And unfortunately the answer is no. Like, that's the thing, like, you kind of have to get out and promote something that's artistically valuable. It doesn't do it itself, and I think in that sense, with the internet, you got to be on top of all of that stuff, really. And touring with as many bands and people as you can, and yeah, just working your ass off for that. I mean, that's how we did it, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no easy way around it. You have to kind of work pretty hard.
And just going back to the record, I know before I mentioned it was a lot funkier than your past releases. So do you feel that was just attributed by the people you were listening to at the time, or is it because you were kind of improvising a lot more on this new album?
Yeah, I mean, it was literally, we were improvising. And my playing comes from a funk background. I started out in a funk band, a kind of soul covers band. We do like bar mitzvahs, weddings. It's still available, actually. I'll give you the website. But so for me, getting in the studio and having Inflo, our producer, just say, just be Hugh, just play you. And I'm always like, well, God, I gotta be a bit inventive on the guitar and kind of go off-road. With Inflo, he was just like, no, don't think it, just feel it, just play it. And so I think what came out of us was instinctively what we were as players. We switched off our kind of our minds a little bit and kind of went with just our hearts. Yeah. Sorry to sound cheesy.
No, but I get it. I mean, and there's also a song on the record called Bad Habits, which I've been listening to a lot lately. It's probably my favorite track on the actual album. So just for that song, what are some of the band's bad habits, whether it's touring habits or personal ones?
No, we don't have any.
No bad habits.
Perfect. You do get to be quite close to each other on the road, and there are a few things that infuriate you about each other. I don't know if Luke's going to see this. He eats really loud. I mean, like, mouth
keep
open.
The chips away.
I mean, just like, I don't know what the decibel rating would be on it, but it gets up there, and you're kind of like, how is that even possible to be producing these noises whilst eating ice cream? And but it's whether these things, they are annoying at first, but as you live with each other, they can sort of become like endearing qualities instead of annoyances. I think that's that's only natural. You learn to love each other's bad habits.
And as I mentioned before, it has been over 10 years as a band. So to wrap everything up, what would you say is the best part about being in the Kooks?
I think what we've had from day one that I've really enjoyed in retrospect of 10 years, creatively it's been very encouraging for each member of the band to be what they like in the music. And there's no kind of dictatorship in this band, and that was kind of the ethos from day one. It's a very democratic process, and there's no like one kind of songwriter, there's no like one kind of idea. It's all open to interpretation. Recently on the latest album, Luke went so much so as to work with and write with Inflo, our producer, which is quite an astonishing thing to do, really, is to kind of give yourself over as a songwriter to somebody and allow them in, so heavily to kind of construct or deconstruct your ideas, and that's exactly what Inflo did, impeccably. Like, he deconstructed the Kooks and then sampled us and reassembled it into a completely new thing. And I think that kind of freedom afforded to us by the ethos that we kind of originally started out following, and do still this day. That's what I've really loved about this band.
Nice. Well, just congrats on everything. We are really stoked about this new record and covering your show tonight. And I just want to say thanks for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me again.
It's our pleasure. And everyone at home, remember, you can visit us at www.amusicbloggia.com for all exclusive interviews and features with your favorite artists. We will see you next time.